on the death of famed actress Kirstie Alley. The Cheers star died of colon cancer, and it came on fast, according to her family. In a joint statement, her two children said, "We are sad to inform you that our incredible, fierce, and loving mother has passed away after a battle with cancer, only recently discovered. She was surrounded by her closest family and fought with great strength."
Hi, it's me, Kristy.
This is the last video posted by Kirstie in September. She looked healthy while offering to do celebrity greetings on the website Cameo.
Anyway, if you want something funny or you want something sincere, I will really try to be sincere.
And just 7 months ago, she appeared on The Masked Singer. She certainly seemed in great spirits. I spoke to Kirstie's longtime friend, Wally Crowd, who's known the actress 40 years. When did you actually find out that she was ill?
She kept it from everybody. I got a phone call last Thursday from her secretary.
He says her secretary broke the horrific news.
Stage 4, she'd done 9 treatments, so that was like 3 months worth of treatment. That, you know, she was having back pain, and I think she went originally for that.
Wally shared this footage of Kirstie riding on a motorized piece of luggage, a project they were developing when she fell. Is also the headquarters for the Church of Scientology. Kirstie was a longtime member. Oncologist Paul Oberstein says medical screenings are essential for preventing colon cancer.
It's hard to detect if someone has not had any kind of screening studies because the colon's inside the body. Something can grow in the colon to quite a large size before someone will feel symptoms such as back pain.
Here are other warning signs.
Sometimes people have trouble going to the bathroom, constipation, and then the cardinal sign is blood in the stools.
Kirstie launched her Hollywood career by first appearing as a contestant in 1979 on Match Game.
This belongs to you, Kirstie. You ready for it?
Sure.
But it was on the 1980s sitcom Cheers, starring opposite Ted Danson, where she really found fame.
You know, Mr. Malone, we've known each other only seconds, and I'm already tired of you.
She won an Emmy for Best Lead Actress, but by the early 2000s, Kirstie struggled with weight gain and documented her struggles with reviving her Hollywood career on her sitcom Fat Actress. Today, former co-stars are remembering the actress. John Travolta, who starred alongside Kirstie in Look Who's Talking, said, "I love you, Kirstie. I know we will see each other again." Ted Danson remembers Kirstie as having a heart of gold.
11-year-old witness for the prosecution at the trial of a cop accused of shooting his beloved aunt to death.
My name is Zion Carter.
Fort Worth police officer Aaron Dean opened fire on a Tatiana Jefferson in her own home.
How did you think she was hurt?
Because she was crying and just shaking.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking, is it a dream?
Her nephew Zion Carr had dinner with his aunt, but she burned some hamburgers she was cooking and opened the door to her house to let out the smoke. A neighbor called a non-emergency police line.
I'm calling about my neighbor.
What's going on there?
Where the front doors have been open since 10 o'clock. I haven't seen anybody moving around. It's not normal for them to have open the doors open this time of night.
Officer Aaron Dean's body cam was rolling when he went to check out the backyard. The nephew says his aunt heard a strange noise and retrieved her gun. Then the cop went around the side of the house. He never announced that he was a police officer, but yelled at her to drop the gun.
Come in!
A split second later, he fired, killing the 28-year-old woman. He claims she was pointing a gun at him. But when Jefferson's nephew took the stand, he said the gun was pointing down.
Are you sure she didn't have it up at all?
No, sir.
You told us something different about how your aunt was holding that gun, didn't you?
No, sir.
Happening way too often these days. Out-of-control shoplifting at big box stores across the USA. Usually workers just let them go, following corporate policy. But what happened at this Home Depot in Hillsborough, North Carolina, is outraging everyone. An 83-year-old worker who tried to stop an alleged shoplifter was hurled to the ground. Now that brave elderly man has died from his injuries.
He lifted him off his feet.
Army veteran Gary Razor stepped out of his booth to confront a suspect cops say was making off with 3 power washers. The hulking bad guy sends him flying. Razor is left sprawling in pain.
You could tell that he was in severe pain and distress. And just to casually walk away and load that stuff in a car and drive off.
Razor suffered a broken pelvis and hip. He actually celebrated his 83rd birthday in the hospital. He was later transferred to a rehab facility. But the courageous senior's condition deteriorated. He died of complications from his injuries 6 weeks after the attack. The coroner has ruled his death a homicide. Adding to the heartbreak of it all, his son says Razor was on the verge of retiring.
He was going to actually hang it up in January.
Gary Razor's widow, Yvonne, is also speaking out.
I want him back.
Jeff Razor says all police need to catch the killer is one good phone call.
Somebody knows who this is, and somebody knows where he is, and somebody's going to see this, and somebody's going to go, you know what, he needs to man up and turn himself.
Party or not to party? That's the dilemma facing lots of companies in America this year. With the nation in the grips of a triple-demic, the flu, RSV, and COVID, a holiday party seems downright risky.
COVID-19 hospitalizations are at their highest in 3 months. RSV cases in children are still high.
Flu is a huge problem this year. This is going to be one of the worst flu seasons in decades.
But holiday parties are happening.
The company Holiday Bash seems poised for a comeback.
New York party planner Alyssa Pettinato of Alanado Events says she's fully booked. Everything is back. Everybody's excited. So who's choosing to be festive this year? The airlines, car makers, food and beverage companies. But after massive layoffs, tech companies are not in the mood to party. Those who are throwing parties are taking precautions.
What are you telling your clients? We're telling our corporate clients to send out memos to let everybody know if you've been traveling extensively, you might want to refrain. If you don't feel good, do not come. And if you are feeling off, get tested. If you're feeling uncomfortable, wear a mask.
The big fear, bringing home a potentially dangerous virus to your loved ones.
We made the really impossible decision to take our son off life support.
Troy and Jessica Myers' baby boy, William, died from RSV just last month, and they're urging everyone to be careful.
I know it's the holidays, and I know people want to go see their families, and I get it. I really do. But, everyone needs to be washing their hands up to their elbows, especially if you have an infant less than 3 months old.
And to protect yourself against COVID and the flu,
it's never too late to get a flu shot, and obviously a COVID booster for sure. Getting a COVID test before you gather makes sense. These are simple steps that you can take to keep everybody safe.
A whopping 7 million people have viewed the trailer, and 400,000 are giving it a thumbs down. Just 22,000 give it a thumbs up. The British newspapers are going bonkers, blasting the Netflix show.
I think people should at least see the documentary before you start complaining and all the hater and all the tsunami that's coming against it. Wait till you see it.
Last night, as Meghan and Harry arrived in New York City on a private jet, they continued facing heavy criticism that some of the videos used in the trailer are false and misleading. This photo, claiming to show paparazzi beleaguering Harry and Meghan, was actually taken at the premiere of Harry Potter in 2011. 5 years before Harry ever met Meghan. And when Meghan complains about being stalked by photographers, there's this video. Except the footage is actually photographers going after Donald Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen. Royal correspondent Robert Jobson says there's another moment in the documentary where video is used to suggest Harry and Meghan are being stalked. But he says that's just not accurate.
There were 3 accredited reporters in a position that they'd agreed, standing next to their press secretary. So I found that uncomfortable, that was the narrative they were trying to get across in the trailer, which was simply not true.
If you're trying to document the truth and reality of their lives, that's not a good foot forward.
The first 3 episodes of the documentary will air Thursday. The final 3 will drop on December 15th. Not exactly the holiday gift.
Keep your eyes on sportscaster Bob Rathbun, the play-by-play announcer for the Atlanta Hawks basketball team, slumps in his chair, then starts convulsing while his co-anchor keeps going, unaware of the emergency.
I look for this kid to have a really good first half of the season.
As Rathbun loses consciousness, you can see someone off camera reach in to help him. At that moment, the camera cuts away. So what went wrong? Rathbun's rep sent Inside Edition a statement saying the 68-year-old announcer, quote, briefly lost consciousness on the court. Emergency medical professionals on site quickly treated Rathbun for dehydration.